trust is the bedrock of any relationship. But what happens when that trust is shattered? When I married Robert, I believed I had found stability for myself and my daughter, Sophie. Our family felt complete. Until the day Sophie asked me if she could marry him. In that moment, my world unraveled. What began as a picture, perfect life, quickly descended into a nightmare of betrayal and heartbreak. This is the shocking true story of how silence allowed suspicion to grow, leading to a devastating confirmation of betrayal that would forever change our lives. 1. The importance of trust in relationships. When I first met Robert, I felt a sense of relief. He was a stable presence in my life and treated Sophie like his own daughter. I thought to myself, finally, we have a real family. I trusted him completely, believing he would always have our backs. But here's the harsh reality. Without trust, everything crumbles. If we don't establish trust, it creates a breeding ground for doubt and betrayal. I thought we were safe, but that trust became the very thing that led to my downfall. Imagine your daughter falling for the very man you depend on. It shatters your world and leaves you questioning every single relationship you have. The lesson here is crystal clear. Never take trust for granted. We must actively nurture it in our relationships. Always communicate openly and keep an eye on the dynamics around us. Be vigilant. Trust is not just given. It must be earned and maintained. Don't ignore the signs, because if you do, you might end up losing everything you hold dear. 2. Suspicion grows. When I started to notice little things, Sophie spending more time with Robert, laughing at his jokes and seeking his advice more than mine, I felt a knot tighten in my stomach. I tried to brush it off, convincing myself that I was just being paranoid. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. But let me tell you, ignoring those feelings only fueled my suspicion. If I had confronted them sooner, I could have put an end to the unsettling behavior before it spiraled out of control. Instead, I let my unease simmer beneath the surface, creating a toxic mix of doubt and fear. It was a dangerous game that left me feeling powerless. The lesson is loud and clear. Trust your instincts and don't let suspicion fester in silence. Speak up when something feels off. Addressing your concerns head on can prevent misunderstandings from growing into major issues. Remember, sweeping things under the rug only gives them the chance to grow bigger and more dangerous. Don't wait for the worst to happen. Be proactive and protect what you love. 3. Confirmation of betrayal. The moment I confronted Sophie about her behavior and she admitted she was pregnant, it felt like a punch to the gut. The truth hit me hard and I couldn't breathe. This was my worst nightmare unfolding before my eyes. I thought I knew my family, but now everything was shattered. But listen, if I had been more vocal about my concerns earlier, I might have caught the betrayal before it reached this point. Keeping quiet allowed their relationship to flourish in the shadows. Silence gives space for lies to grow, and I was too late to protect what mattered most. It was infuriating to think that my hesitation contributed to my heartbreak. The lesson is relentless. Don't wait for proof to speak your mind. If you suspect betrayal, you need to confront it head on. Ignoring your instincts can lead to devastating consequences. Speak up before it's too late. If you let your voice be silenced, you might lose everything, and that's a risk none of us can afford. 4. Emotional devastation. After the bombshell revelation, I was drowning in emotional pain. How could my daughter fall for the man I trusted? It was a betrayal that left me feeling hollow and lost. My world crumbled, and every thought felt like a dagger in my heart. But here's the kicker. If I had not silenced my fears all those months, maybe I could have steered us away from this disaster. My reluctance to speak up let the emotional distance grow, allowing Sophie and Robert to slip into an inappropriate relationship. Silence can be deadly in relationships. It can suffocate trust and allow betrayal to thrive. The lesson is brutal. Your voice is powerful. Don't let fear keep you silent in the face of betrayal. Speak up and express your feelings before they spiral into heartbreak. The sooner you address the pain, the sooner you can start healing. Don't let emotional devastation take control. Reclaim your power and demand honesty in your relationships. 5. Life before betrayal. Before everything fell apart, I felt like I had finally built a stable life. Robert brought love, support, and joy into our home. We were a family. I often reflected on how lucky I was to have found someone who cared for both me and Sophie. But in hindsight, that perfect picture was a facade, hiding the darkness beneath. If I had been more observant and spoken out when things felt off, I might have been able to see the cracks in our seemingly happy life. Turning a blind eye created a false sense of security that allowed betrayal to creep in. The lesson is clear. Cherish the good times, but never take them for granted. Always stay vigilant and aware of the dynamics in your relationships. Don't let comfort blind you to potential red flags. Being proactive and aware can save you from losing everything you've built. Your happiness deserves to be protected. Don't let complacency steal it away. 6. Signs of secrecy and distance. As time passed, I began to see the signs. Sophie became secretive, often making excuses for her late nights. The connection I once felt with her faded, and it filled me with dread. I should have spoken up sooner about my worries. Ignoring those signs only allowed their secrecy to flourish. If I had been vocal about my feelings, I could have intervened before things escalated. Silence breeds distance, and that distance can lead to betrayal. I should have fought for my relationship with Sophie instead of letting it slip away. The lesson is fierce. Don't overlook signs of secrecy. Address them directly and with urgency. Communication is key to keeping relationships strong. If you let things go unspoken, you risk creating a chasm that can tear your family apart. Be bold and confront the issues, your relationships. Now, we are about to end the video. Now, it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life. No matter how difficult it is to change, I will read each of your comment and feature one of the best comment in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.